Have you ever noticed how loud life is lately? Every everyone's posting, everyone's arguing, everyone's talking, but no one is actually listening. Families are divided, friendships are fading, and even churches are struggling to hear each other. I think we've forgotten how to listen, not just with our ears, but our hearts. So this week, guys, I want to talk about what happens when faith becomes our filter for listening again. Because we start listening the way God listens to us, with patience, with grace and love. And we stop seeing people as the enemy and start seeing them as a human being again. So, guys, welcome to the show. Sorry, I was reading that off a little bit of a prompter because I didn't want to miss those words. Everything else, I'm going to try to go right from the heart and talk to you guys. I do have some notes, so I will be cheating every so often. But you guys know I like to shoot from the hip. So, goals this week for the podcast. We need to start listening. There's so much fatigue around talking and arguing and being divisive. We're frustrated. There's a path forward in all this. Whether you believe in God or not, there's faith. You have to have faith in something. Even if you're an atheist, you have faith that there's nothing out there. So that takes a lot more work. But in the end, you have faith. And we have to be able to register the noise and just listen through the lens of our heart. Guys, we're all drowning. The noise is drowning us. Our relationships are strained. When you meet people, it seems to be we're on defense immediately, which makes no sense to me whatsoever. We're more reactive than we are reflective. And do you ever catch yourself? You're hearing somebody, you're not listening to them, and you're already at that point that you want to talk. So you literally wait for them, you're hearing them, you're waiting for them to finish, and you're ready to talk. You didn't listen to anything they said. Guess what? That's me. I've got that problem too. So we're all in that same boat. There's a constant stream of opinions, notifications. It just becomes too much. And I know I'm on technology and I've talked about it, but guess what? How do you get your message out there? Unless you're out sharing it on tech. But the doom scrolling that we do on a daily basis is killing us. I am really focused in every single morning now, taking Moose for a walk. I go out for an additional walk to where I can just have my quiet time with God, have those conversations, listen. I listen to some uplifting music, and then I come back, read some scripture, journal, and get my day started. But if I didn't do that, I don't think there'd be any way that I could survive my day because I would be so chaotic to start out. And I know we've talked about this in the past, and I want to reiterate it because it is a very important aspect of my life. If it works for you, great. If not, it's an option. But how do we get to become more of a effective listener? And I was trying to choose my words wisely there. We've got to stop hearing people and start listening to them. Even people that just really piss you off, that are so different than you are, have a different opinion. They're yelling and screaming at you. In the end, why do you want to treat them the way they're treating you? The best way to diffuse a situation is through being reflective, being calm, cool, not raising our voices. Is it easier said than done? Yes. But how are we going to start making sure that we're turning the tide on the divisiveness, the rhetoric, the words that we're using, the screaming, the arguments. You keep on hearing across the news, turn down the dial, turn down the noise. Yeah, that's great. But how do you do that? Do that by listening through your heart. Some of these individuals that are out screaming and yelling, they've got some challenges. We all have challenges. We're imperfect. There's not a single person perfect in this world. But the people that are yelling and screaming and really calling people ugly names are challenged for whatever reason. Don't know. I can't answer that question unless we have a conversation. But how do you have an open and honest dialogue if one side is always yelling at you? Or you're yelling at them, whatever the case is. We have to step back and speak from our heart. We've stopped listening, and it's because we're prideful. We're totally involved in our own pride, and we want to be able to hear ourselves speak, and it just doesn't work. What about if we traded connection over pride? Connect with somebody. Have a conversation. Agree to disagree. Maybe there's common points that you can agree on. But in the end, making that connection, it's a starting point. It allows us to get to a better place. It allows you to get to a better place. It allows them to get to a better place. How about some emotional honesty? I'm going to be the first one that tells you that I checked out on that on certain topics, especially sometimes when I see stuff on social media, I check out. And you know what? I have to just be okay with other people's opinions that differ from mine, or if they're slamming somebody, they have the right to do that. I'm not gonna go off and start posting stuff on social media about them. It is what it is. I'd like to know why they have that opinion or why they're slamming people. Unfortunately, most of the time, it's just because they don't like them and they just want to start talking about them. Okay, great. You have the right to do that. But come with the truth. Come with the facts. That's it. You can be on either side of the political aisle, left, in between, whatever. As long as you've got your facts together, then talk from the facts with your heart. Lead with that. And that will diffuse in lower temperatures to where you can have an open dialogue and be able to get your point out. Maybe not agreement, but at least you guys can find some type of way to communicate and listen to one another and not actually hearing one another. What about if we challenged ourselves this week? If we listened first and spoke second, say hi and just see what happens, or have a conversation with somebody and let them talk. Maybe they've got to get things off their chest. I don't know. But how about we try to effectively be listeners this week? Not hearing people, listening to them. Even if you have different opinions and differing thoughts. What about if we can get out into the community and start bringing people together and start generating more conversations to where they're healthy, they're open, we're listening to one another? That'd be a huge game changer, wouldn't it? We wouldn't be so divisive. We wouldn't be so polarized. But better yet, we would actually find others in the same situation we are and be able to potentially help them, but also be somebody that they can actually talk to. You'll listen and you guys can have open dialogue. Who doesn't want to have that in their life? Especially with the craziness going on. So guys, I'm going to leave it here. That was just off the cuff. But I want to challenge you guys this week. Go out, have conversations, listen. Maybe go talk to somebody that you've drifted away from, you disagree with. Don't argue, don't fix it, don't try to fix the situation. Just listen. Let your faith lead the conversation. All right, guys, if you like what I'm doing, please subscribe, comment, share. I'll see you guys next week. Stay safe, stay healthy. I'll see you guys on the other side.